Imagine this. You've just entered a time vortex to the ancient year of 2010, where teen protagonists were awkward, clumsy, misunderstood, ugly, even though they fit the beauty standard, they just were bad at fashion, and above all else, had a serious addiction to biting their lip. You have just entered the Twilight Zone.
Today I am checking out Geek Girl, and if its name is any indication about what's to come, I have a little inkling feeling that this was written by a 40-year-old woman who hasn't spoken to a teenager since she was a teen. Okay, let's start this absolute train wreck of a movie. The show starts showing the end of the story where our protagonist, Harriet Manners, is on a runway about to walk in a fashion show.
But when all you've ever wanted is to fit in, sometimes to change your life, you have to stand out.
Really? Because, I'm not convinced this is coming from you. You look like you would rather be anywhere else. Those models are out there, showing face, and you look like your mom said that if you came to your brother's Little League game, that she would get you ice cream afterward. But you know what? Maybe I'm judging her all wrong. I'm sure being a geek has made her life really difficult.
It isn't a makeover. It's a full metamorphosis.
Okay, so she's clumsy.
Geek. Noun. Informal. A person who feels compelled to look up the word geek in a dictionary.
What an absolute loser who looks up the word geek in the dictionary. Am I right? Only geeks.
You see, I'm the kind of person who regularly gets called into our headmaster's office. Not to be told off, but to be commended.
And to make things worse, she wins awards and is liked by teachers. Oh my god, this girl's so unfortunate, literally such an outcast. And as all teens do, Geek Girl decides to experiment with her fashion, and she gets a second opinion.
You look very cool today, sweetheart.
I do not, Annabelle. And if you mean calm and collected, then not even close.
Sugar cookies.
Sugar cookies? Who is writing this? And follow-up question, are they 80?
If my 40-year-old stepmom thinks I look cool, I've got it wrong.
She's worried about her fashion and sugar cookies. We meet Tony outside, who is her neighbor, who is catcalling women with phrases from the 1700s? Question mark.
Oh, felicitations, fair maiden.
What?
What? Fair maiden or what felicitation?
I don't know about you, but this guy is really sniffing of main character love interest energy. And I'm really hoping that Nice Guys finished last here. He is giving the same vibe as someone who has a Discord kitten. Hello there, my princess. How are you doing? Your Pookie was waiting for you. Harriet and her best friend Nat are late to getting on the bus to go to the London fashion show that she got to go to because her school won a competition. She's really out of breath, and here's where you find out that she's not so athletic.
Harriet, how are you this unfit? We have the same PE classes. My talents lie in less aerobic activities, like an oyster.
Wait, hold up. I actually kind of want to know what she was going to say about the oyster. How does this relate to running? Aerobics? Oh, wait, is it how they breathe underwater? I don't know her. I'm not a geek like you, girl. Finally, Harriet makes it to the bus. She is sweating out of breath. It is literally so embarrassing because there's just nothing nastier, stankier in this world than a single bead of sweat on her brow. She doesn't look like she ran a marathon at all.
First seat you see?
Sweating like a pig.
But this is the world of teen books and movies, so apparently her being a little bit sweaty is enough for the popular girl to come out and harass her with the phone.
Why are you even on this trip? It isn't like you know anything about fashion.
And of course, no book to show adaptation is complete without our clumsy protagonist tripping over air.
Sorry, miss.
I love that the bully was able to just post that so fast. Post it! Post it! Is that a Instagram story? Is that a Snapchat? Because you didn't even put a caption on it. No one is watching that. It is actually crazy how showrunners think that social media works. Wee PP and posted. Oh my god! 100,000 new followers? Hello? Hollywood? Yeah, I'm free to talk. Our Geek Girl arrives at London Fashion Week, and if getting bullied in the beginning wasn't bad enough, she also got a smoothie dumped on her and had to wear gym clothes. All of this in a 30-minute drive. Oh, and I forgot to mention the popular kids also took her book bag and graffitied geek on it.
Nice bag, loser.
Oh, again?
I love that out of all the options, right? They could have done so many things to tamper with this girl's backpack. They chose that arguably like the most tame thing. I mean, they probably had access to her wallet, her laptop, her notes. The least they could have done was taken her water bottle and spilled it on everything. If it were me, I would have gotten to her phone, Venmoed myself $1,000, took out her ID, and then signed her up for the draft. The fashion show is about to start. It's very exciting. Harriet is walking to her front row seats. Fro seats.
I'm gonna go find the loos and I will meet you on the front row, Harriet.
Somehow I'm supposed to believe that her on a school field trip secured front row fro tickets to a legitimate fashion show. Like, that's a very probable conclusion that could happen. I don't want to think too much on it. Let's just skip over that. Because everything starts to make sense when she fulfills her main character destiny and locks orbs with the model, pop star, vampire, werewolf, fairy, angel, demi-angel guy. Ah, yes, the prophesized meeting of the average girl and the super spectacular, handsome, otherworldly supernatural boy. This happens in literally every single one of these stories. I have yet to find one where he's just like a regular dude in school. Also, is he even her age? She's at this modeling show and she's on a school field trip, so I don't know, this feels like a little icky. I'm not sure. I feel like this guy's probably at least an adult and she's probably 15 or 16.
Why don't you have a seat right over there, please?
Alright, things are coming to a boil now. We're backstage and we meet the hunky male dude's girlfriend, or soon to be ex it feels like, because she's kind of high maintenance.
Nick, baby, can you get me reverse osmosis water? They only have mineral.
There's OJ.
I'm about to walk and you want me to drink juice.
Okay, this is so funny to me because it's written to sound really fancy, like reverse osmosis, but actually that is like the lowest form of water you can buy. It's just filtered water. If I go to like, I don't know, Ralph's or Winn-Dixie or whatever, and I buy that store's brand, you'll look at the back of the bottle and it'll say reverse osmosis. So, like, she could have asked for, I don't know, like, alkaline water at least, but she's like, no, I'll take, like, the store-bought tap water, essentially. And here comes my favorite part of every single first-person narrator book-to-movie adaptation, where we get the internal dialogue of the main character, and trust me, this show does not miss.
Breathe, Harriet. Breathe. Ignore the lights and the sounds and the people.
I get that you're trying to be true to the novel, but the dialogue is so literal. And like, this is such a book thing, right? Because you're reading, you can't see her face, so obviously it's helpful to hear exactly internal thoughts. But when you adapt it to a show, you don't need the play-by-play. If you see me looking around like, you can gather that I'm maybe a little afraid to be here. And now Harriet is in the hall and she's so overwhelmed, so she picks a costume to focus on. Right? I'm in a museum. Oh, look at this lovely painting. Let me stare at this painting. No, she puts the hat on her head. The hat that is on this. I can't defend her. Like, would you go to the Met Fashion Museum and just touch the costumes, put them on? No! And then no one says anything to her? These things are probably worth like more than her mom's car. But you know what? If you put it back, surely no one's gonna see.
I'm too sexy for my hat. Too sexy for my hat.
Or you could do that. Yeah, because every modern teenager knows that song.
You cannot be serious. Take it off, now.
Finally, someone here is doing their job, but you know, getting incarcerated is not Harriet's biggest concern right now. Mr. Model walks out wearing his medieval times outfit. He's late to the joust. And what does our main character do in true Y/N fashion? She can't freaking take off the hat and she knocks into everything. Not the standing gasps. This is like everyone's worst nightmare. It's like you're farting far off in a corner in an assembly and everyone's like, oh! They all have to stand and look at you. Okay, but was it really that loud? Like, are the acoustics just that insane? Because I don't think there was any glass. This accident, of course, leads to her getting discovered as a model.
Oh, my darling. You've just been discovered.
I can't have just been discovered. I was very clearly already here.
This girl has book smarts, but she has zero common sense. I am trying so hard to defend you, girl, and you're making it so hard. We have to put that aside for a second because the cringe-ometer just jumps past Maximum when the scout says this.
This is giving sporty offspring of an alien and a tree frog.
That sentence felt like a slur. That was like a hate crime. And also what's so funny is the fact that he calls her a sexy alien tree frog. Also, just think about that. He's calling a high school girl that. Again, like creepy on other levels, but her friend was wearing the same exact thing. And you know, when I think this dude can't get any cringier, he does this.
I'm only here because my class won a competition.
You want it? She won a competition. Perfection.
Can you imagine arguing with a dude and then he pulls out
Perfection.
I mean, honestly, this is something that I would do if I was on the streets of Manhattan and I didn't want men to talk to me. Because, you know, you get crazier. I'd be like, perfection. Make eye contact, they're gone. But sadly, becoming a model was not perfection for Harriet, and she runs away again and cannot catch her breath again. I'm starting to think this is not a lack of athleticism and just undiagnosed asthma. But guess who comes around the corner?
Perfection.
Ding 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 ding, you guessed it. It's Mr. Edward Cullen, Peter Malark, Harry Styles. I don't know his name yet, but we will, I'm sure, in this scene. The dude was just on stage like 2 seconds ago, so how is he in this hallway? I don't know. Let's see how this plays out.
Name. What's my name?
Harriet Manners.
A handshake? Seriously?
Hello.
This entire interaction is her just saying like the most normal things possible, but following up in her head like, oh my god, I'm so stupid. Like, I just imagine this is what it looks like from the guy's perspective. You know, this show has it all. Popular kids, an underdeveloped best friend side character, and a main character whose greatest struggle is whether or not she wants to become a model. But you know what it is missing that like every single piece of literature in the 2010s has? An analogy about the stars.
Here's the thing about stars. They're born out of chaos.
Oh wait, actually it's got everything. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you enjoyed my commentary of Geek Girl and also tell me what you want me to review next. Alright, please subscribe and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!